Hello students, in the last two sessions we have studied about the periods and groups. Today let us study another important concept of the modern periodic table, that is trends in a periodic table. Trends in a modern periodic table. Now what is this trends in a modern periodic table? Trends is nothing but how the periodic property varies along the period and down the group. Trends means the variation of the periodic properties along the period, that is from left to right. As we move from left to right, how the periodic properties varies, as well as we move down the group, that is from top to bottom, how the periodic properties varies, we have to study, that is called as a trends in a modern periodic table. Now let us study one of the main periodic property, that is called as a valency. Now let us study about the valency. Now what is meant by valency? Listen here, the valency means combining capacity of an element. It is the combining capacity of an element. Now how to calculate the combining capacity of the element? Listen here, the valency is nothing but a combining capacity. We can calculate it by using the electronic configuration. We can calculate the valency by using what? Electronic configuration. How to find out how to calculate the valency by using the electronic configuration? That is by considering the electronic configuration of the valence shell. We know that the valence shell is also called what? Outermost main energy level. The valence shell is also called as a outermost main energy level. Now whatever may be the number of electrons present in the outermost shell, that always decides the valency of an element or an atom of an element. The number of electrons present in the outermost shell, those electrons are called what? Valence electrons. The electrons are called as a valence electrons. The number of electrons present in the outermost shell are called as a valence electrons. These valence electrons always decides the valency of an element. Followed now students? Valency is nothing but the combining capacity of an element. How to calculate the combining capacity of the element using the number of valence electrons? Listen here, in order to study this, I will consider now one of the example. That is, I'll consider here, you can see the second period element, that is the first element of the second period, that is the lithium. We have studied about the atomic number of this lithium and we have written the electronic configuration also in the last two sessions. Now what is the atomic number of lithium? That is, the atomic number of a lithium is 3. The atomic number of lithium is 3. If I write the electronic configuration of the lithium, we know that the first main energy level contains only s orbital, it is completely filled, that is 1s2. And one more electron is there here, that is the last electron of the lithium. Another electron, that is the last electron, enters into the second main energy level. See here, 2s1. Electronic configuration of the lithium is a 1s2 and 2s1. Now 1 means it is the first main energy level, that is the innermost energy level, and we know that whatever the electrons present in the inner main energy level or the inner shell, they do not take part in any of the chemical reaction or they do not take part in any of the chemical bond formation. That means we have to concentrate only what? Valence electrons, isn't it? How many valence electron is there here? That is 1. You can see here, that is a 2s1. That means only 1 electron is there here. Hence, the valency of a lithium is 1. Valency of a lithium is 1. Now why this valency is 1? Listen here students, we know that any atom, if you consider, always the comfortable state or the stable state for the atom is a octet state. The highly comfortable state for an atom is the octet state. What is meant by octet? That is, any atom reaches to a highly comfortable state if its outermost orbitals, that means the orbitals present in the outermost main energy level, orbitals present in the outermost shell are completely filled. Then it is actually the highly stable, is also called as a highly comfortable state. For most of the elements, highly comfortable state is the octet state. Octet means there should be 8 electrons in the outermost shell. 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Listen here, we have written the electronic configuration of the lithium. The outermost shell contains how many electrons? Only 1 electron. In order to reach to the octet state, it has to gain how many extra electrons? 7 extra electrons, isn't it? In order to reach the 8 electron configuration, it has to gain how many electrons? 7 electrons more, isn't it? Now, to gain the 7 electron, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to gain what? 7 electrons. Because in the lithium, proton number is 3 only. Those 3 protons itself cannot hold extra 7 electrons. Followed now, students? Gain of 7 electron is very difficult. This is because the atomic number of lithium is 3. Atomic number is nothing but number of electrons or number of protons. Now 3 is the number of electron, means in the lithium number of protons present are also equal to how many? That is 3 only. If this lithium gains extra 7 electrons, only 3 protons cannot hold that extra 7 electrons. Therefore, it is very difficult to gain what? 7 electrons. But this lithium can reach highly stable state just by donating that single electron, that is the 1 electron present in the outermost shell. Easily it can donate what? The single electron present in the outermost shell. Hence, usually in the compounds, lithium exists in the form of Li+1. Usually in the compound form, to reach the highly stable state, lithium exists in which form? That is Li+1. What is that +1? Loss of 1 electron. That means the number of electron in this Li+1 is only 2. Number of proton is 3 itself. Therefore, we have to denote it by writing what? +1. That means if any of the atom, listen now, if any of the atom is ready to gain that single electron, lithium readily donates its electron and forms a highly stable compound. For example, if I consider the chlorine, what is the atomic number of chlorine? We know that the atomic number of chlorine is 17. In the last session, we have studied about the electronic configuration. I am not writing the inner electrons. Let us show the inner electrons by using the noble gas configuration, that is neon. Tell me how many electrons are there in this neon? We know that the noble gas neon has got 10 electrons, isn't it? We have written the inner 10 electrons by using noble gas, that is the noble gas element neon. The remaining 7 electrons enters into third main energy level, that is the 3s2. 10 plus 2, 12 electrons are written. How many remains now? The 5 more electrons. That means those 5 electrons enters into the p orbital of the third main energy level. Totally, you can see here, this is the outermost main energy level. This is the valence shell, contains how many electrons? 7 electrons. We know that for any of the atom of any element, if you consider, highly stable or the comfortable state is which one? Octet state. See, octet state, 8 electron configuration, isn't it? Now for this chlorine, shortage of how many electron to reach the octet configuration? Just see the outer electronic configuration here, 3s2, 3p5, totally 7 electrons are there. Very difficult to lose those 7 electrons. High amount of energy is required to lose those 7 electrons. But very easily it can gain what? Extra 1 electron to reach this octet configuration. Hence, chlorine always exists in the form of Cl-. Any of the compound of a chlorine, if you consider, always that chlorine exists in the form of what? Anionic form, nothing but a negative ion, that is the Cl-. Hence, if I write the compound of a lithium now, simplest example I have considered here, compound of a lithium, see, Li. How many valence shell electron? Only 1. We have written that, isn't it? Only 1. Ready to donate that electron. And we have studied about the electronic configuration of the chlorine. How many valence electron? 7 electrons. Ready to gain that single electron. Hence, lithium donates its electron to the chlorine and readily forms one of the compound. Lithium exists in a Li plus form and Cl exists in Cl minus form. Hence, the combining capacity of the lithium is always 1. What is combining capacity? The number of bonds formed between the different atoms. If you consider the particular atom, that is a lithium, how many bond is there between the lithium and chlorine? You know that only single bond, isn't it? Lithium forms a single bond with the chlorine by donating that single electron from the, that is by the lithium, and Cl chlorine gains that single electron. Hence, the valency is nothing but combining capacity of an element. How to calculate the valency? Valency can be calculated by observing the electronic configuration, by writing the electronic configuration of that particular atom. And in that electronic configuration also, always the electrons present in the outermost shell decides the valency of an atom. Followed now? The electrons present in the outermost shell decides the valency of an atom. Very important concept you have studied, students. Now let us study how this valency varies along the period and down the group. How this valency varies along the period and down the group. Listen here now, just observe this periodic table properly. Now you know that we have studied about the periods and groups in detail, isn't it? Now if you consider the second period, the second period starts from lithium and ends with an element that is a noble gas element, that is a neon. And you can see here the lithium, just now we have written the electronic configuration and we know that the valence electron present in the outermost shell is only 1, combining capacity is also 1. What is that combining capacity called? Valency. What is the valency of lithium? That is 1. If I consider the beryllium, we know that beryllium, if I write the beryllium here, next element, see beryllium, what is atomic number? 4. It is next to the lithium, that means the electron number increases by 1 in it, isn't it? Hence, the beryllium atomic number is 4. If I write the electronic configuration 1s2 and 2s2. 1s2 is the inner electrons, do not take part in any chemical reaction or a chemical bond formation. 2s is the outermost main energy level s orbital. This is second main energy level, outermost main energy level s orbital. Contains how many electrons? Just see, 2 electrons. Is it easy to reach the octet state by gaining extra 6 electrons? No, isn't it? That means it is easy to donate these 2 electrons, thereby it can reach not to the octet state, it can reach the duplet state. See, it can reach to the duplet state. Here also lithium, you can consider 1s2 for the lithium. See, 1s2 and 2s1. Not easy to reach the octet state, but after the loss of this single electron, it can reach what? Noble gas helium configuration. Noble gas helium configuration, that is the duplet state. That means duplet itself is also what? Most comfortable state, that is the noble gas configuration. Here also beryllium after the loss of 2 electrons reaches to the duplet state. Hence, you can see here number of valence electrons present in the beryllium is 2. Number of valence electrons present in the beryllium is 2 means what is the combining capacity of the beryllium? It can lose those 2 electrons, that means it can donate those 2 electrons. Therefore, combining capacity of a beryllium is 2. See, here the combining capacity is 1. For the beryllium, valency or the combining capacity is 2. If I consider the 13th group element, that is the boron, what is atomic number? 5. If I write the electronic configuration boron, what is atomic number? 5. That is 1s2, 2s2. How many electrons are written? 4 electrons. Next electron enters into 2p orbital, that is 2p1. Totally 5 electrons we have written. This is the inner electron. Outermost shell contains how many electrons called as the valence electrons? 3 valence electrons. To reach the octet configuration, it has to gain how many more electrons? 5 more electrons, isn't it? Very difficult to gain that 5 electrons. Hence, easily it donates what? Those 3 electrons. Therefore, by donating 3 electrons, combining capacity of the boron becomes 3. How many bonds it can form with the other atoms? 3 bonds. Number of bonds present itself is what? Valency. Therefore, the boron has got a valency of how many? 3. If I consider the next element here, that is the carbon. What is the atomic number? 6. If I write the electronic configuration of the carbon, see, electronic configuration of the carbon means atomic number of carbon is 6. 1s2, 2s2, 4 electrons are written, 2p2. That means outermost mean energy level contains how many electrons? 4 electrons, isn't it? It can donate that 4 electron, otherwise it can accept the 4 electrons, because number here is 4. To reach the octet configuration, either it can donate or it can gain extra 4 electrons. But in the case of carbon, it shares its electron with the other atoms and readily forms, instead of existing in the form of a C+4 form, or instead of existing in the form of C-4 form. Followed now? C+4 means loss of these 4 electrons, resulting in the formation of what? Cation, C+4. C-4 means if it gains 4 more electron, it can reach what? Octet configuration, 8 electron configuration. That is the anionic form, C-4 form. Instead of existing in these 2 forms, the carbon readily shares its electrons with the 4 more atoms, resulting in the formation of which bond? Covalent bond. See, carbon readily forms which bond? Covalent bond. For example, if you consider the lithium chloride, we have studied just now, lithium chloride. Is it a covalent compound? No, it is not a covalent compound, because the outermost shell of a lithium contains a single electron. It is always ready to donate that electron. Hence, lithium exists in which form? +1 form. Cl, that is a chlorine electronic configuration we have written. Outermost mean energy level contains how many electrons? 7 electrons. Gain of only 1 extra electron makes that chlorine in the highly stable form or the highly stable state. Therefore, Cl gains that electron and it becomes Cl minus. See, this compound is not a covalent. This compound is completely what? Ionic compound. Loss and gain of electron always results in the formation of which compound? Ionic compound. Followed? No. If you consider magnesium chloride also, magnesium, how many valence electrons? 2 electrons, isn't it? It has to donate those 2 electrons. Chlorine has a tendency to gain the electron, but chlorine has a tendency to gain how many electrons? Only 1 electron. Therefore, the magnesium, to donate that 2 electrons, it combines with how many chlorine atom? Not with the single chlorine, because single chlorine atom has a tendency to gain only 1 electron to reach the octet or the stable state. Hence, magnesium donates its electron to 2 different chlorine atoms, results in the formation of MgCl2. Nothing but simplified formula is MgCl2. See, we can write like this. Is it a covalent compound? No, this is completely what? Ionic compound, because Mg, it donates 2 electrons, it loses 2 electrons, exists in the form of Mg+2. 1 electron is donated to this 1 chlorine atom, result in the formation of Cl-1. Another electron is donated to this chlorine atom, results in the formation of what? Cl-1. See, all these are what? Lithium chloride or magnesium chloride or any other compound of the lithium or magnesium, if you consider, always they are what? Ionic compounds. But in the case of a carbon, see, outermost valence shell contains how many electrons? 4 electrons. Either it can donate that 4 electrons or it can accept the 4 electrons, isn't it? But instead of existing in the ionic form, usually carbon always shares its electrons with the elements, that is the atoms of the other elements, resulting in the formation of which compound? Covalent compound. See, simplest example if I consider CH4. You know the name, isn't it? What is that CH4? CH4 is a methane, a simple compound of a carbon that is called as a methane. Is this methane is an ionic compound? No. Methane is always which compound? Covalent compound, because sharing of electron takes place. Already you have studied about this sharing of electron, nothing but a covalent bond. Follow no till here. You have studied about the covalent bond. See, carbon, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2, totally 6 electrons. Outermost electron, valence shell electron takes part in a chemical bond formation. I'll write those 4 electrons now. See, 4 electrons, valence electrons, and in the case of a methane, it forms a bond with what? Hydrogen. How many hydrogen atoms are there in that? 4 hydrogen atoms. Hydrogen means H. It is the first element of the modern periodic table. Contains how many electron? Single electron. That single electron is present in which orbital? S orbital of the first main energy level. That is 1s1. Single electron is there. To reach the comfortable state, it cannot reach to the octet state. It can reach only to the duplet state by gaining how many electron? Only single electron, isn't it? That means hydrogen, single electron in the outermost shell, one more hydrogen, single electron in the outermost shell, another hydrogen, single electron, and one more hydrogen, single electron, like this. See, hydrogen requires 1 electron. Carbon requires 4 electrons to reach the octet state, therefore sharing takes place like this. See, hydrogen shares its electron with the carbon, formation of a new bond. What is that? Covalent bond. This hydrogen also shares its electron with the carbon, formation of a new bond, CH bond. Again, the new bond with another hydrogen, sharing of electron with another hydrogen. See, just see, hydrogen completes its which configuration? Duplet configuration. Now the carbon has got only 4 electrons in the outermost shell. It has to reach the octet, that is the 8 electron configuration. Sharing takes place. See, these 4 electrons of the hydrogen shares their electrons with the carbon, resulting in the formation of what? CH4, that is not a ionic compound, it is completely covalent compound. Follow no? Hence, what is the combining capacity of a carbon? Always it is 4. Understood now? See, along the period, listen here, along the period, always as we move from left to right, along the period, as we move from left to right, valency of the elements goes on increases. Valency of the elements goes on increases up to 4. Just see, up to 4. Any of the period if you consider, similar cases exist here also. That is, up to 4, valency of the elements goes on increases. That means if you consider the second period, if you consider the second period, starting from lithium, valency 1, beryllium, valency 2, we have studied, boron, valency 3, carbon, valency 4. If I consider now the next element of the second period, that is the nitrogen, that is number of valence electron in the case of a carbon is 4. If I write the nitrogen, what is the number of valence electron present in the outermost shell, that is the valence electrons of the main energy level, that is the outermost main energy level. If I write the nitrogen now, just see, nitrogen, what is atomic number? 7. Atomic number of nitrogen is 7. If I write the electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, see 4 electrons are written here, totally 7 electrons, 3 more electrons are there here, enters into the second main energy level, p orbital. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Outermost shell contains how many electrons? 5 electrons, isn't it? More than 4. up to 4, what happens? Valency goes on, increases. If it is more than 4, number of valence electrons are more than 4, the number of valence electron doesn't represent valency. If the number of valence electrons are more than 4, that number doesn't represent valency. If it is more than 4, always, listen here, totally 5 electrons are there in the outermost shell. Instead of losing those 5 electrons, we know that nitrogen has the highest tendency to gain 3 more electrons. See, 5 are there here, isn't it? To reach the octet configuration, it can gain what? Just 3 electrons. Thereby, it can reach the 8 electron configuration or the octet configuration. Hence, if the valence number, that is the number of valence electrons, is more than 5, in such a case, we have to use one of the formula. Listen here, students. If the number crosses 4, if number of valence electron is more than 4, then we have to use one of the formula, that is valency is equal to 8 minus, what is that? 8 electron configuration, highly stable state, octet configuration. Valency is equal to 8 minus number of electrons in the valence shell. That is nothing but number of valence electrons. See, number of valence electrons are more than 4 means we have to use this formula. Valency is equal to 8 minus number of valence electrons up to 4. No difference in that, up to 4. Whatever may be the number of valence electrons, same will be the valency of that particular element. If it is more than 4 means, always we can use this formula, valency is equal to 8 minus number of valence electrons. See, here it is a valence electron number is 5. 8 minus 5 means how many will get? 3. What is the valency of nitrogen? 3. Understood? Valency of nitrogen is 3. Now if you consider the next element, that is the oxygen. What is the atomic number? 8. If I write the electronic configuration of the oxygen, 1s2, 2s2, 4 electrons, next 4 electron enters into the p orbital of second main energy level. Totally how many valence electrons are there here? 6. If you use this formula, 8 minus 6, how many? 2. Already know this, combining capacity of the oxygen is always 2. If I consider the next element, that is the fluorine. What is the atomic number of fluorine? 9, isn't it? If I write the electronic configuration of the fluorine electronic configuration means 1s2, next comes 2s2, 4 electrons, total number of electrons, atomic number is 9, next remaining 5 electrons enters into the p orbital of the second main energy level, 2p5, totally how many valence electrons are there here? 7. If I use this formula, 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. What is the combining capacity or valency of fluorine? It is 1. The last element of the second period, group 18th element, that is the neon, total number of electrons, that is the atomic number of neon is 10. Atomic number of neon is 10 means, I'll write it here, atomic number of neon, that is 10. If I write the electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p. See, how many electrons have written? 4 electrons. How many remains? 6, isn't it? Maximum tendency to hold the electron for the p orbital is always 6. That gets completed here. That means 6 electrons have written. Totally 10 electrons. Just observe the valence electrons here. How many valence electrons are there? 8. That means already it is in which state? Octet state. Is it ready to donate or gain any other extra electrons here? Is it ready to donate its electron or gain extra electrons? No, because already it is in which state? Highly stable state, that is called as a octet state. Hence, if you use this formula also, 8 minus Number of valence electron present here are 8. What is the combining capacity? 0. That means this is the noble gas element. Noble gas element always exists in a monoatomic form. It do not combine with any of the other atoms of the other elements. Always it exists in which form? Monoatomic form, because the combining capacity is 0, valency is 0, since the outermost shell or the valence shell is completely filled. Follow this, students. We have studied variation of the valency as we move from left to right in the periodic table. See, same explanation, nothing but a concept again that follows. That is, if you consider the third period or the fourth period or the fifth period, you can observe same number of valency or valence electrons in each and every groups of the particular period. That means starting from here, tell me this along with me. Valency is 1, beryllium 2, boron 3, carbon 4, nitrogen, number of valence electrons are more than 4, means we have to use that formula. 8 minus number of valence electron, here it is 3, here it is 2, here it is 1, here it is 0. Again that repeats. Just see, if I consider the third period, sodium 1, magnesium 2, aluminium 3, silicon same group, that is the family, carbon family, that is a silicon 4, phosphorus nitrogen family, same number of valence electrons or the valency, that is 8 minus 5, that is 3, here it is 2, here it is 1, here it is 0. See, if you observe the valency of any of the elements in a particular period or particular group, if you consider, in the last session we have studied, always the elements belonging to a particular group have got what? Same number of valence electrons. We have studied that, isn't it? But if you observe that in a particular period, the number of valence electrons is always same for a particular elements belonging to a particular group. Follow now this, we have studied about the second period and third period. In your textbook, one of the question they have given, write the valency of first 20 elements. Write the valency of first 20 elements. We have studied the valency of first 20 elements. Just listen here. Hydrogen, starting from hydrogen, 1 valency. Helium, noble gas, duplet state. Is it requires any extra electron? Is it donates any of its electron? No, valency is 0, isn't it? Here the noble gas valency is 0. Then these two periods already we have studied. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 8 minus 5. 3, 2, 1, 0. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. Again here it is a 3, 2, 1, 0. That goes on, continues. Very easily you can remember what? Valency of the different elements in a particular period. Hence, how does, another question in your textbook, how does the valency of the element varies along the period as we move from left to right? We have studied this, isn't it? As we move from left to right along the period, any period if you consider, as we move from left to right, always valency goes on, increases up to 4. Listen here, students. Valency goes on, increases up to 4. After 4 again it decreases, like 3, 2, 1 and 0. After 4 again it what happens? Decreases. This is a variation. It increases up to 4. Again what happens? It decreases and reaches to 0 state when we reaches to the 18th group elements, that is the noble gas elements. I hope this concept will be very clear for you. Just observe the periodic table for 1 minute. Just recall what we have studied now about the variation of the valencies along the period. Listen here students. Now let us study the variation of valency along the group. Along the period, just now we have studied how it varies along the period from left to right. Now how it varies along the group. Now along the group means as we move from top to bottom, just see, if I consider first group element doesn't include the hydrogen. First group element starts from lithium up to the francium. First group element starts from lithium and ends with the element francium. Just see here, we have written in the last session, we have written the electronic configuration for lithium or for sodium or for a potassium or for a rubidium or for a cesium or for a francium. What is the total number of valence electrons? Always 1, isn't it? Do you remember we have written this? Lithium, if I use a noble gas configuration, helium 1s2 I have written, next comes 2s1. Next here it is the next element of the first group, sodium, with the atomic number 11. If I write the neon, that is 10 inner electrons I have included. Next comes 3s1. Next to that is the potassium with the atomic number 19. If I write the noble gas configuration, argon 18. Next electron enters into the 4s1. Next to the potassium, if you consider the rubidium, see, atomic number is 37, and we know that one of the noble gas, krypton, with the atomic number 36, and the last electron enters into the 5s1, isn't it a fifth main energy level, s orbital. Next to the rubidium, it is the cesium with the atomic number 55. Cesium with the atomic number 55, we know that one of the noble gas elements, xenon, has got the atomic number 54. Next electron enters into the s orbital of the outermost main energy level, that is the sixth main energy level. The last element here is the francium. Now atomic number is 87. If I write here the noble gas, that is the noble gas element, radioactive element, that is the radon with the atomic number 86. The last electron enters into the 7s1. Just observe this. I have written the electronic configuration of the first group element starting from lithium to francium. What is the number of valence electrons here? You can see here, always the elements belonging to a particular group have got same number of valence electron. If you consider first group, valence electron number doesn't changes. All the elements of the first group have got a valency of 1. Hence the combining capacity, valency of all these elements are always a 1. Understood? How it varies? Is the valency of the elements varies down the group from top to bottom? No. Valency of the elements belonging to a particular group always remains what? Same. If you consider the first group, valency of any of the element for first group, if you consider, valency is always 1. If you consider the second group, we have written the electronic configuration in the last session itself. Number of valence electrons present in the outermost shell is always 2. What is the valency of these elements? Always 2. Combining capacity is 2. If you consider any of the elements of the 13th group here, if you consider 13th group, valency is always 3. 14th group, valency is always 4. 15th group, valency is always, here it is after 4, 8 minus number of valence electrons we have to follow, 3. Here it is 2, here it is 1, and here it is 0. Is there any variation in the valency along the group? No. Valency remains what? Same for the elements belonging to particular group. Followed now students this? Okay. Now let us check some of the activity, that is the question they have given in your textbook. I'll read out the first question. You just refer your textbook. I'll read out the first question here. Just see. Activity 5.6. Page number 32. Activity 5.6. The first question is, how do you calculate the valency of an element from its electronic configuration? How do you calculate the valency of an element using the electronic configuration? We have studied that now, isn't it? How to calculate the valency using the electronic configuration? That is by observing the number of valence electrons. observing the number of valence electrons. We have to write the electronic configuration. By using the electronic configuration itself, we can find out the valency. That is just by observing the number of valence electrons up to 4, valency is equal to number of valence electrons. More than 4, if it is the valence electrons are more than 4, then we have to use the formula 8 minus number of valence electron. By this way, we can calculate what? Number of valence electrons present, number of valence electrons, nothing but number of valency of each and every element of a modern periodic table. The second question here is, what is the valency of magnesium with the atomic number 12? Are you referring the textbook now? What is the valency of magnesium with the atomic number 12 and sulfur with the atomic number 16? See, two of the elements they have given in the activity 5.6. Two of the elements they have given are magnesium, they are given the atomic number also 12, and sulfur with the atomic number of 16. See, if you consider the magnesium, we have studied in the last session, we know that the magnesium belongs to the second group, isn't it? A second group element, that is valency, number of valence electron, already you know that is a 12, that is a 2. Sorry, 2. 12 is the atomic number. That means if I write the electronic configuration here, neon, 10 electrons, next electron enters into 3s2. Yes, see? Outermost main energy level contains how many electrons? Electrons, 2 electrons, isn't it? What is the valency? It has a tendency to donate those 2 electrons. All the elements of the second group have got a same valency. That means this is the element belonging to the second group. Valency is always 2. Because it can donate those 2 electrons, therefore valency is 2. Now if I consider the sulfur with atomic number 16, they have given sulfur with atomic number 16. That means if I write the noble gas configuration neon, how many electrons are over? 10 electrons. Next electron enters into 3s2, that means 12. Totally 16 electrons are there. Remaining 4 electrons enters into the p orbital of the outermost third energy level. P orbital of the outermost third main energy level. How many electrons? 4 electrons. Totally, how many have written? 16. You can see third main energy level is the valence shell or the valence main energy level, outermost main energy level. Contains how many electrons? 6 electrons. Number if it is more than 4 means you have to use the formula 8 minus total number of valence electrons. How many? 6. What is the valency? 2. Just see here, both the elements have got same valency. Magnesium, by donating 2 electrons, its valency becomes 2. Sulfur, by gaining 2 electrons, see 6 electrons are there. If it gains 2 more electrons, it can reach which state? Highly stable octet state. That means by gaining 2 extra electrons, its valency also becomes 2 itself. Is it clear for you? The electronic configuration of magnesium and sulfur. Okay. The next question they have given here in the activity part is, how does the valency vary in a period on going from left to right? Already you have studied. Going from left to right along the period increases up to 4, again it goes on, decreases, reaches to which state? 0 state in the group 18th. Okay. Next, last question of the activity 5.6. How does the valency vary in going down a group? How does the valency vary along the group? That is from top to bottom. We have studied how it varies. Valency remains same for each and every elements belonging to the same group. Clear for you, these students? Now, by this, we have studied a lot of information regarding the valency of a element. I hope the concept is very clear for you. The next trend actually we have to study here is about the atomic size. But let us study that concept in the next session. By this, I wind up my session, today's session. Okay? Any clarification in this part, I'll explain again in brief in the next session. Okay? Thank you, students.